Hello, everyone. This is Bruno with a new segment called 10 Minutes or Less with Bruno, No BS. A very simple and casual interview. No fancy cameras. Today, I have the honor to speak with Greta. She is the top 5 finalist for the best woman in our industry, right? Roofing.
Yes, Woman Roofer of the Year.
Congratulations. And she is the CEO of Golden
Group Roofing.
Okay, Golden Roof Group. So tell me, how long have you been in the roofing industry?
Well, Bruno, this is my 10th year, so 10 strong years in roofing.
When did you realize roofing would be a career for you?
When it saved my life, quite literally. I never thought roofing would be a career for me. I have a very different story than most people probably listening. My story started as a young mom. I welcomed my daughter my freshman year in college, and my whole life went every plan that I had ever made, it was erased, and I had to start from scratch. And in doing so, I felt very lost. I dealt with a lot of depression, and I really just needed a job. I needed a place to belong, right? A lot of the people that I was going after, because I was going to school for business administration, they weren't hiring, and also having a baby made it so I couldn't really take on just any job, So I saw an ad for a roofing foreman, and it was advertised as $300 a day. Woohoo! So I'm doing the math. I'm like 300. I can work 7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is a great plan for me. I could make some serious money here and jumpstart my life. So that's exactly what I did. I got hired on the spot because I think the person was just shocked to have a girl walk into the office. I sold myself with an elevator pitch. I said I can pass a background check, a drug test. I speak 2 languages.
What are you talking about? Are you saying that every roofer has some drugs? But I'm just kidding.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe, but that got me sold. So my boss asked me to come to work the next day and foreman my very own residential roofing job site. I knew nothing about roofing, but they gave me a GAF Pro Field Guidebook, and I kept referring to that. And I remember when somebody asked for ice and water, I thought they wanted ice and water because it was July, but they were talking about the leak barrier. But because it doesn't say ice and water, it says leak barrier on the book. So I was very lost, So long story short, what was supposed to be just a summer job to save me from the financial hell that I was in ended up being an industry where I found myself because nobody really cared who I was. So I could blend into the background and I could survive, right? I could financially support myself and my daughter. So that's exactly what I did. And then 3 years being into it every single day, 3 years of being in roofs every single day, a light bulb moment went off when I said, well, I could probably do this. I could probably innovate something and make something better within this industry. I've always been in residential, and that's where I was trained as well.
And you're still on the residential side as well?
I'm still on the residential side. Yes, it's very intentional now. I do feel that residential and commercial are 2 different animals completely. And if you have the capability to have them run as 2 separate companies, so be it. But I also think one of the reasons why a lot of roofing companies can't really go that full strength is because they try to do it all under one portfolio. And it's just really difficult because they're 2 different business models and 2 different types of trainings for sales and managers. So I've always been very big believer that if you're going to do something, do one thing and be the best at it. So I wanted to be the best at residential asphalt shingles, and that's what I strived, and that's what I intentionally went after every day.
And one thing I noticed is that there's a big war between roofers. Flat roofers hate shingle roofers, and shingle roofers, I'm the best. No, I'm the real roofer. No, come on, we all the same. By the end of the day, we work hard to provide to our families, right?
Absolutely. And of course, commercial roofers listening, what they do is incredible, but residential roofers do some pretty incredible stuff too, right? Because they deal with the emotional homeowners that the commercial roofer doesn't have to deal with. And I think that's an art in his own, right? Like, I think our roofers are more gentle, they're more understanding, they're more caring, when the homeowner is asking for the flower beds to be protected, when the homeowner is asking if they can pull back all the deck furniture. I think.
But then you also have those crazy stories when the homeowner Google and then go on top of the letter and say, hey, I don't think you guys doing this right. I say, wait a minute, I'm the roofer here, not you, right?
Yeah, well, those are called engineer type A clients.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful with those.
We get those. We attract a very a typical client. We have a very unique avatar client, but we've learned how to deal with that particular client and also cater to that particular client, because normally the clients that are micromanagers, maybe they've had a bad experience, or maybe they just like being controlled. So you have to understand which one of the two it is, so you can cater to that person. Because if they like to be in control, then they've likely had a bad experience, with something else. So we try to, I think that's when education plays a big piece. The more education you can provide to the customer, and the more you can welcome them to see the project like a project manager would, the better they're going to feel.
I totally agree with you. I know it's hard, for being a minority, because, by the end of the day, you're a woman, and women in the industry, you can see a lot of change happen the last 10 years, but it's still very slow change. And on top of that, you are descendant of a foreign, right? You're from I don't know if Albania. You were born in another country, but your parents are from Albania. So tell me how hard it is to have to prove yourself to other people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a first-generation immigrant, so I moved to the United States when I was 10 years old. And it's really hard. I mean, I've had really tough days in roofing. I've had days where people try to discredit my worth. And I always talk about that on other podcasts too, that it's really sad when that happens, because you start to believe it. And when you start to believe it, you actually give power to the people that label you as less than. And that's something I've always struggled with in general in trades. It happens more so sometimes with building inspectors, because they're not usually they're not used to maybe seeing a foreign girl. And sometimes it happens on job sites, getting those bigger projects, because maybe people don't feel comfortable awarding, $500,000 job to a girl.
Another thing too, I hope you take as a compliment, you seem very young. So I guess also that could play a part too as well, right? That people
absolutely
don't know what she's talking about.
Absolutely. And that's when the knowledge comes in. I almost feed on it now. And, if you're out there and you're listening, it's, giving power, letting somebody label you as something and then giving them that power is only going to hurt you. So what you need to do is you need to own those labels. Yes, I am young. Yes, I am a foreign. Yes, I am a woman. But then back that up with knowledge, right? Then continue talking. So now everything you stand for, if anything, will let the room bow to you. Right now, you earn their respect twice as hard. And that's something I worked on. I'm not saying I did this since day one, but I think today I'm in a position where I win proposals, or where I'm able to build strong relationship, because I know my imperfections and I own them myself. I don't need somebody to tell me that I'm a woman minority. I already make that my opening statement.
Beautiful. I appreciate you, Greta. Next time I'm in town, lunch is on me, okay?
All right. Well, I'm a big foodie. Like, I'm always in
That's
Boston.
Good. Where are you from, by the way?
Boston.
Boston. Okay. I was in Massachusetts, not long ago, and they have incredible food. I'm crazy about desserts. I love desserts. Where's the best place to get a dessert? And we get some dessert together, okay? And okay,
I was gonna say,
when we can
Portuguese, you're Portuguese Italian, so it's expected, pastel de nata, like Napoleon.
Oh, there you go. More than me now.
Yeah, the Portuguese people we have such a great community, and I actually love Portugal. I've been there a couple of times. It's great. It's a great heritage and a great culture.
All right. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful one. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.